right, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. Nicte Cuevas in the house.
Woo, woo.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo, woo. Did you just start your own whoop whoop?
I did. I do it by myself quite a bit.
You're like, come on, we got to get this going. Whoop, whoop. All right, so not being silly. Paul Tran here as well. Everybody give Nicte a warm welcome. And, of course, Tina Tooley as well. Hopefully you enjoyed that last segment. It was really cool. And Christine Arth. That was super fun. And I like how we switch it up from guest to guest. So this is going to be good. Josette says hello. Hello from Germany. Germany is in the house. Nigeria. David, good to have you here, my friends.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Josette. Hi, Mike. Mike's one of my clients.
Oh, ooh. We better be on our best.
He's pretty fantastic.
Oh, good. We appreciate you, Mike. We have clients. We might have relatives. We don't know who's, I don't know, potential employers.
Hi, Kathy.
So, Neon says hola.
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 Neon cactus. Ooh, I kind of like that.
Yeah. So you are actually you're Venezuelan, yeah? Is that what you call? Even though you lived in Mexico.
I grew up in Venezuela, so my Spanish has a Venezuelan accent, and
I wonder. I don't know if I've ever seen Venezuela in the chat, but if you're from Venezuela, maybe South America, Brazil's here representing.
Venezuela, Samuel.
Oh, arriba Venezuela! Samuel, good to have you. I don't know if
Neon
from
cactus
that,
too.
Oh, Neon.
What is Neon
Oh,
Cactus's
Venezuelan.
name?
If you're Venezuelan.
I like the name, but I wonder what his real name is. His or her.
Neon Cactus.
France.
Maybe it is. So we're going to dive into this, and actually I'll just kind of click through the schedule real fast just so we're on the same page with what's happening today. I'll kind of dive into that. Again, this is day 2. We get this progression of a brand. This morning, of course, Tina Tooley, she was getting her hands dirty. And they finally cleaned up their mess, but it's super fun. Nicte is we're going to dive into some Adobe sort of Spark page, that sort of thing. And Veronique, Emil, 1 p.m. to 3, 3 to 5, Krishna Priya, or KP as she likes to be called, will be with us this afternoon working on another brand. Again, it's all about graphic design. We have daily submissions happening, so this is day 2. Everybody did logos yesterday. Today, it's full-on poster. We're going to get the poster party started with a music festival. So you can always check out the challenge tab. Tomorrow is portfolio reviews, so clean up those portfolios, Behance portfolio reviews, and submit them tomorrow, and we will be reviewing them for each segment, and you're going to help me do that, by the way. So
there's a lot of great talent out there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not necessarily about talent. We just like to see a complete portfolio. Fill out everything. Let us know what you're trying to do. Fill in the description, all that good stuff. So that's good. So Mohammed from India, awesome.
Ooh,
LA is in the house. I don't know. And Colombia as well, Argentina. Love having an international audience. And Rachel, to answer your question, you're going to submit your portfolios tomorrow where we'll reveal that link. It'll basically kind of be where the challenge tab is now. That's where you'll submit your portfolio. And we'll try to do what we can there. A good quality portfolio review is going to take some time, which means it's going to be probably less rather than more, but in depth. So Spencer's just north of us in Vancouver. So, okay, we can probably...
Nice.
and we'll have giveaways too.
Ooh, what are we giving away today?
Yeah, let's make sure I got this right. Oh, yeah, this one.
Ooh.
This one, a little InDesign pillow. We picked this just because... we wanted to get somebody that matched what Nicte was wearing today with her. Always with a pop of color, this one. Always. But we have the InDesign pillow. We'll give away some Spark stickers as well, which are right here. So you can add those to your laptop or wherever you want. And that's the plan today.
Fun.
All right, fantastic. Again, just to reiterate, portfolio reviews are tomorrow. It's a Behance portfolio review, so you're already on Behance, Lori. So essentially, create multiple projects, add your description, get all that cleaned up, and the more time you spend with it, it kind of says, hey, you care about your portfolio, therefore we really want to, respect your portfolio as well and give you a good review. All right, let's take a look at what we were, and this is from yesterday too. This is fun.
So I wanted to kind of go the extra mile and rework from where we left yesterday. So I want to kind of bring you guys back to where I started yesterday. And again, we're going back to the brand Loft Bees, the nonprofit. And we had started, the idea of the honeycomb and mixing it with the high-rise, the building structure. And I want to show you guys the process. There's no pretty design structure as far as doing branding work or the logo work.
Yeah, like whose Illustrator file looks like this? Is this typically everybody's like Illustrator file? Like it's meant to be kind of like the off the paste board is your artboard. It's kind of
yeah, absolutely.
That means real work's being done, and I love what you have. By the way, you started actually with a sketch too.
I did, yes. Which my sketch wasn't the greatest, but you kind of work with what you got.
Anita, I do like that too. So she likes. Can you kind of focus on this one too?
This guy, yes, absolutely.
Because it looks. When you did that yesterday, I was like, oh, that's clever.
Kind of feeling the
So tell me, like, are some of these like ideas that maybe they're not being used now, but they might? I don't know. They're kind of like in the back of your head.
So I love that you asked that question because we'll talk about a little bit later. But you know how I had mentioned that with this brand they would work with certain companies that have buildings, right? So we could do sub-brands that would connect to actually the main brand, but it would be specific for them. One would be like the partnerships, because you want it to sound like they're working together. And this could be a sub-brand where, it has to work with the main brand, but it's kind of like filling the void, filling the honey. So there's like that connection of that partnership is gonna help fill that. So it's something that that's why I kept it too, because you never know how, just like you said, it can kind of spark an idea.
Yeah. So it is fun to
kind of see the process.
Yeah. See how this is evolved.
And then I kind of made the lines a little bit thicker because as you make them smaller, they got too thin.
And if I could just kind of step back and talk about you as a like small business owner, you're working directly with clients. Like having your own business, this is like real working knowledge of creating a brand for a company, basically. So I think this is really good to go through this process.
Yeah. It's really helpful. And
shout out.
Thank you so much. It really does. And I think once I started shifting my mindset to go through this process, it makes you think a lot more about every little thing that you do. So here's again, like me going through shapes, the idea of, what if I replace the O with a honeycomb? Again, with a placement, here's when I was thinking about things. Then I kind of went to this idea of placing the L.
And we appreciate all feedback, Spencer. So it's
yes.
B.
And it is, and then these are, and I love that you guys mentioned that these are again still the concepts as I've been refining them, and then I went in and I actually still use the same typeface that we were using, the Qualion.
We really like this.
It's beautiful.
Right? Spencer, this is a cool one.
Beautiful. So I actually went and modified the type a little bit. I rounded some of the ends so that it would kind of connect with the honeycomb and it wouldn't be so rigid. And I felt like it would connect a little bit more because I do like the bold version. Then I kind of went into refining that.
And we were kind of, I don't know if you mind me. Oh,
yeah.
You can continue.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I was saying another addition you added is the L inside of the honeycomb.
Yes. And so we were, for when it's just a mark by itself standing out, we were thinking that it would be a good idea to have something that would work by itself. And then again, you have like the actual logo type.
And this is like in development, so we do appreciate any like comments because I think people can kind of see it's like the second set of eyes that kind of point some things out.
Absolutely.
And I think you're right. Like Kathy, it's a fine art. Like, does it look like honeycomb? Does it start to look like a spider web? Does it not read as this? Does it read as that? Is there space in between this and that? And we'll definitely like get that tightened up. But I'm almost excited to see this like develop more and kind of see this in like Spark and stuff like that.
Yeah.
too. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll definitely be applying that. And one of the good things is that you kind of design something, you step away, it's always helpful to come up with some fresh eyes. So where I wanted to take this was, we were kind of wondering, this little L can work or can't work, because I almost feel like it started to look like the handles of the clock.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so does it look like a...
does it work? Does it not work? It may work once it's just standing by itself and removing that and maybe making this more of a shorter mark so that these lines aren't as long. So that way you can actually, when we bring it into Spark, then it would work really great.
So yeah, what is... I could ask the audience if they...
What do you guys think?
Do you like the L in the middle? Is that working? Like, to your point that you just mentioned, does it start to register as a clock or what? But I agree with you, like what you just said, like having that as like a watermark or some little icon to go places is nice.
Absolutely. So we'll see what people say. If the L works, doesn't work. But for now, I think that it would be good to kind of refine the shapes of getting the comb a little shorter. And
looks pretty good.
this is a good thing that I didn't really...
Hector says it doesn't need the L.
Excellent.
How about a... Yeah, so... it's always interesting because I think anytime you're given a brand, anytime you get the company, you take the company name and you try to turn that into a logo, and you start with those letter forms, and then you have to ask, like, do they need those letters? Like somebody's mentioning, do you have the R and the B? Like, and these are just good things to think about. Kevin says it's the L fills too designed. Can you take it out? Can you just do one with and one without? Like, or put one side by side. I like that personally.
Yeah, I feel like it works better without the L.
But I don't want you to like lose it completely. Like you almost want to have a backup.
I know, like a variation.
Always backups.
I feel like it works better. And especially once you size it down, it's going to look less busy because I feel like the L would almost make it a little hard to read.
And I think somebody brought up a good point yesterday as we were working on those droplets. You know, it was very organic, and then somebody's like, technically in nature, it would be perfectly even.
Yeah.
But this is something good to think about. No, it's perfect the way it is, but even somebody's saying, would the drops be different sizes? I don't know. I like it. I'd leave everything alone.
Yeah. And I'm glad someone mentioned that because yesterday, let me see if I can find it. I did have the drops as different sizes. So you kind of see this one's like a little more to like the background, like smaller.
And that's what it does. It pushes it to the background. And since it's on the same plane, I feel like they should be the same size.
And that's exactly how I felt. And once you size it down, it would almost look more like a blob because it's a smaller.
I love your thoughts. Spencer's on it today. He's had his coffee.
Spencer.
He's like this. What about this? What about this? What about this?
Ooh.
Because I think as you get into this like dripping, like even in the negative space and all this, like this is good stuff to think about as we see this in different environments. Maybe if it's in Spark Page, instead of having a lot. Say if you have a box. This is just a thought. You have a box that's over a photo. Maybe there is like a drip coming down. Like, is there some unique things that we could do with these elements that everybody's suggestion is all I'm saying.
Yeah, let's try that. Because here I'm thinking, I know some people are mentioning it kind of looks like a spider web. So how about we try and see how it looks without those marks? I don't know. What do you guys think? Without the marks, I feel like... I don't know. See, and this is where it's helpful. I don't know how you guys do as far as your process. Sometimes when I get to this point, I literally just print it out and step away from it and stop looking at the computer because sometimes that helps you.
Can I mention a horrible idea?
Yes, please do.
I'm full of horrible ideas. No, I don't think so. I was thinking like if there's two of these dashes just like on one side. The reason I mention that is like, is one side a building? Do you have like, you want it to register maybe as a building and then also as a honeycomb?
As a honeycomb.
So, and again, it's a horrible idea. All right, I'm fired.
No, I mean, it's all part of the process,
I'm fired.
though. Let's see.
I agree with everybody. I think that these need to be probably shorter. I'd scoot them all up a touch.
Now that we don't have
those lines, I think we can scoot them up and we'd be okay.
And that'll help us.
So thank you. It looks like everybody's saying kind of better without. So
Awesome.
everybody's on the clock right
love
now.
the
Everybody's on the clock as an
interaction.
art director.
You
They're
guys
all
are
going to bill
awesome.
us later. They're
Oh
gonna
my
be like, here's my
goodness.
art director bill. Yeah, now that it's
Looks
tightened
so
up.
much better.
Yeah, that's good.
So I kind of want to have some dimension with the way that the
And the thing is,
glowing.
you know, I think like we'll kind of tweak this. We could, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think as we start seeing this in different places, we can always come back and adjust it.
Yes.
Because I think
absolutely.
I think we'll approach it from different eyes as we start seeing it in these different scenarios.
Absolutely.
But thank you, Kathy. Ooh, Andrea's pro bono. Thank you, art director. Kathy is working for free. We appreciate that. Everybody else is going to send us the bill.
Oh my
They're
goodness.
like, no, you can just give me that pillow right there. Give me that pie pillow.
We pay in pillows.
We pay in pillows.
Ooh, that's kind
This
of cool.
PL stands for pillow. That's what that is.
Okay, and I love the simplicity of it now because there's so much more applications we could do with that. So one of the things that I want to show you guys, so let's say we take it from here, right?
Yeah,
and
sure.
we're kind of trying to, hey, the Adobe Spark team is here. Great timing.
They're just right upstairs.
I know.
We
Stomp.
forced
so we
them
can
to
hear them.
come on camera with us yesterday.
That was fun.
And they were like, that's a horrible idea. We teased them. We said we wanted all the features. We tried to lock them in here, the door. Just kidding.
Awesome. So I'm actually going to remove this guy. So I want to show you guys really quick. I was looking at some imagery that would make sense for the brand. So since we are talking about partnerships or, you know, the community itself, I wanted to look for imagery that reflected that. So that's very important as far as the next steps of your brand is how are the images that your clients use or even that you use, how are they going to connect with the brand and the essence of it? So I looked up some images and I kind of want to show you guys real quick. See if it, this is so tiny.
So
And
you
then
have
we're
your,
just gonna quickly license the image because I just searched it and then you just do a quick right click. Hopefully it does it faster than my computer.
yeah, and what
seems
it's
to do
doing
that.
now is it's pulling down the high-res image, and we'll get that license. So yeah, Lucas, I think it's a great idea. Once we get some images in here, we can drop the logo on, see how it looks in these different environments, whether it's inverted, which is awesome. Damien, thank you for constructive
Yes,
feedback.
thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, something went wrong while licensing that image. I guess I'm not meant to use that one.
Maybe I don't think the B signed a release form.
Oh, that's
No, I'm
probably
just
why.
joking.
Yeah.
The B
We
didn't
didn't
sign
get
a
the B
release
approval.
form. Didn't get his approval. Like, whoa, you're using an image of me.
Yeah, we didn't get the approval.
Okay, it looks like it did
It
it.
looks like it did. It sometimes takes a bit to register, so I kind of want to show you guys like what I'll do while it seems to wake up.
Hey Benjamin, we appreciate you having you here. He's 13 years old. Wants us to review his last project. Since you mentioned that, we're gonna have a Behance portfolio review tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow and submit your portfolio then. Right now, just get your Behance, all your projects squared away.
Awesome. So just to show you guys placement, obviously the blue doesn't work there. I might try and zoom in so you guys can see a little bit more of the, see how it would look with one color application. So you kind of just be aware of the placement.
I'm glad I think that's a good call to kind of simplify the honeycomb.
Yeah,
It's gonna,
it works
kind of
so
hold
much
up
better.
Now, do you, when you're creating this like almost this watermark and you start shrinking it down, do you sometimes have like a sort of like an alternate version for really small cases?
Yes. So
Or I guess you can, I guess.
yeah, and part of the thing is what helps you see it better is printing it. That's kind of part of one of the things that I do as far as what would be a smaller version, so I can kind of see if it does get a little too misconstrued. But also what helps is once you bring it in for like a social media post, which we'll do, we can kind of see if it gets too small, then it does need to be refined for those special cases. And those are the things that you kind of mentioned with your clients as far as doing that. So what I want to do now is I'm just gonna grab this guy and I'm gonna bring it in here because I'm gonna show you guys how you can bring it in and actually add customize your branding for Spark. So I'm actually just gonna export this as a PNG so that it has transparency. And what's really neat about this is that it'll help. I'm gonna just save it to.
So Henrique, this is good. Like, so this is going to be really fun. Like the honeycomb, since there is nothing on the inside, what that says to me is, sure, we have to make sure it registers as honeycomb, but it could lead to opportunity. Whether we, first of all, just because it's empty doesn't mean it needs something.
Yeah.
But there's other opportunities that we can take a look at.
Absolutely. Excellent. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna. We'll talk about this in a second.
Yeah, what are we doing? Where are we?
What is happening here?
What is going on?
All right. So one of the things that I love about Spark is that it has these really neat messages as you're loading the app.
And where are we now? By the way,
so
can you
we're
kind of
actually
take a step
I'll
back
take you
and
guys
tell
a
us
step back.
Tell us what this is, Adobe Spark.
We're logging in through the Adobe Spark page, and you guys actually get to see like my projects, some of the things that I have. And this will be once you guys log in through the desktop version, you'll be able to see this page. And if you click on here, you'll be able to create a new post, which we'll go over in shortly, a page or a video. And once you click on that, then you'll be able to, so I'll kind of just show you guys, we click on that, and I think you kind of went over that, but you guys can kind of see some of my branding components. So these are the types of things that you guys would be able to do for your clients, that you can actually create branded content for them to have, and then you don't have to really worry about the brand shifting.
So this is good. Gabriel, we're glad you're here, because this is
great,
for you, by the way.
Yes.
Just being new, too.
I hope this really helps you out. So, you know, it's really neat. So if you do have create already the branded content, you can just click on one and it'll create from that, or you can start from scratch.
Yeah, and just to kind of recap, like the whole idea for Spark is to make it easy for your business to stand out with stunning visual stories.
Yes.
I just read that from the tagline that's on my screen that the team sent me. But that's what it does.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you can create these visual stories, whether it's, are you at?
So
now?
right now, what we did is we're gonna.
Oh,
once
good.
you
You're
click
on a
a
Spark post. Okay,
we're
so
on post, and so you'll be able to see. Okay, you want to select the size. So let's say for now we'll just select the square. For now, we'll just select one of these royalty-free images. But I want to show you guys how you can incorporate your own image that you have. You can either upload it from your desktop or you can add yourself. So the whole point of using Spark, you guys, is to help lessen the void that your client might feel when you guys don't get a chance to work with them one-on-one, because that is very common.
Yeah, and just to even step back, like even something that we're like this that we're creating right here, like, do I have to launch Photoshop or Illustrator or InDesign and go through all that work to create this? Maybe you don't have to, and that's what Spark does.
Yeah, and that's what's really great, that it does that, because it kind of helps you lessen your workload.
Yeah, so Spencer's asking if you feel like it's meant more for marketers and social media teams.
Yes, it really is. And so I'm glad you asked that question, Spencer. My whole push with using Spark is to really help you prepare the team that's going to take over it. Because granted, not a lot of people have the design experience, so you can help prepare your clients for the next few steps. So you would be able to set everything up for them, give them, you know, your brand guidelines, tell them how you can keep the integrity of the brand. But if you give them these templates, it'll help them visualize, and you maintain more of that integrity, and things don't start to shift too much from where they should go. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing my mouse. So
wait, that's so weird.
I know.
It's on that screen,
but it disappeared on mine. Oh,
I would just close the browser, and we'll just switch to. I want to just switch to my screen real fast, and just to recap. And this is the URL, by the way. You can literally go to spark.adobe.com, and right up here, this is what you're doing. Just sorry. Oh, come on, G. There. Can you switch to my screen?
I think it's,
Oh, it's there. Thank you. So yeah, this is what I'm adding, and you're just basically working in Spark Post. But we also talked earlier, because what you did is you did all that work in Illustrator. Mm-hmm. You could build your own page for your clients saying this is all the branded stuff for Loft Bees. Mm-hmm. And once they have all that branding, they know what it pertains, all that good stuff, then they can go ahead and make their posts and videos.
Absolutely. Okay, so let me kind of go back.
Huzafa says Adobe Spark's the best thing to happen to the free world. Yeah, they appreciate the comment. Might be over exaggerating, but I mean it's good. But thank you.
Excellent. So
it's for me as a designer, even it's fun to just even get some ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like how it just shortens your workflow. So yesterday I showed you guys this page that I had built for them. One of the things that I want to show you guys is that you can custom brand it if you use the premium version, which if you have a CC, you'll be able to access it. So what you want to do is we'll have this page. So if you actually, what I'll show you guys is a preview version, because right now it has, you see, it'll have my brand mark, and it will eventually load. Sometimes you do have a little bit of glitches working online, or through the browser, but it does pretty good. So you can kind of see up here how you can have your brand mark appear, and you can customize that. And at the very bottom, you'll see like a footer that you can customize with ways for people to connect with you. I had mentioned yesterday, if you do use some of the free imagery that you can use through Spark, that it'll actually automatically put in the credits for those images.
Could you make a, I don't know if this is the plan, could you start from scratch to make a page?
Absolutely. And we can kind of do one real quick, and we'll just
Yeah,
use the fun lorem ipsum.
Use lorem
type.
ipsum, use the image that we just purchased.
Yes.
Maybe drop in the logo that we made.
Yes. And so I want to show you guys what you would do initially. So you want to kind of create your own brand. They have like different themes that you can select, and these are kind of structured in the sense of you can't do too much way out of the customization, but it helps maintain that integrity of the brand. That's why I'm saying you don't want your clients to, after they take over, to be doing all sorts of stuff that would really stray away from the brand itself. So you can actually go up here and you can add, so we're gonna add a logo here to replace. This is what you would doing like your workflow as far as setting it up for your clients. And let me see. You guys can kind of get to see all my work. Woohoo.
I'm just waiting for some fun notifications to pop up on you. I don't think we've had that happen yet, ever. Sorry, did I just jinx us? We've never had that happen.
All right, so we're gonna upload that. And after that, it'll show up here. So you can select that. Let's see. And you can actually replace it here. So if you can only have one, so right now it's asking me to replace it because we're gonna make this a primary. So once you do that, it'll actually change it across all the pre-branded content.
So this is a good point. So since we've uploaded this, like some people were like, oh, you should tweak the logo. We could upload that new version and it's gonna replace it everywhere.
Yes, and that's what I love about it, because imagine having to replace it on every single graphic you've created in Illustrator. That would be a lot of
by
pain.
the way, like don't tell your clients about this. Just like let them think that you hand coded everything with HTML, CSS, and all of that JavaScript. They don't have to know. I'm just kidding. I'm saying don't lie to them. But
so there we go. And so let's say so what I want to show you guys, since we are going to jump into page, I want to show you guys how you can actually custom brand page. And they have like the themes. So
can you change the URL
for
like a page? Do you know?
So unfortunately you can't, and I don't know if the Spark team wants to answer that question better. Right now what you can do is that it does live on the Spark page, I guess, web world, but you can create a bit.ly link. that is more customized, and you can also embed it onto your website. So that's another way that you can do it, but I'm sure the team will be able to answer that.
There we go. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Adobe Spark.
Embedding the page.
That's Amy, right?
I believe it's Amy. So once you guys click on it, you'll be able to see
I call it Amy Spark. I'm sorry.
She does
Continue.
Spark.
Ooh, so
So
that's
you can
perfect.
kinda
So
see-
it already gives you everything that's set up. You just need to change it
Yeah.
initially.
And so you can kind of select kind of how you want it to work. Obviously, you'll be able to change the image. This is just for you guys to be able to see the stylization of it. And you can change the colors here. So one of the things that you can do is actually add your branded colors, which we can kind of go back and add to kind of show you guys what it would be. But you can also, no, actually,
Where does it say? Yeah, what's under more?
that's where you can actually put in the hex numbers if you know them, or you can kind of just, you know, go down this route, which ideally you don't want to do this. You want to have the actual color before you go in that, but then you can actually do it that way. And then you can kind of select what colors you want to keep there. And kind of just keep it white for now, and then the shape, because it has that. These again are like little things that you can add for your brand that, you know, you've already pre-selected. So as far as typography right now, it has some constraints, but you can work with ones that are the closest to what the brand is. So I am gonna try to see which one. Let's just use this one. I don't know how you say it in English. Lato.
Yeah, it's good.
And then you can kind of select what you would want for their copy. You can,
PT Sands, because that's my initials.
oh yeah, let's go with that.
Sands.
Which is pretty much the same. So, you know, consider legibility too for them. And so you should be good to go. You can actually name the theme here. So if you're trying to create something for them that has different aspects, you can name them if it lets me. Okay. You can kind of go back, and then you can actually go and your header titles, you can actually change the color.
Now, I do have a question for you. Because mine looks different than yours.
So, okay, you would have to go back. Paul isn't seeing the branded. You want to show them your screen? So right now what you guys are seeing is the actual page you would see once you're creating the edits for it. So right now where we are is we're actually creating the branded template for the theme.
Do I have to go to
So
settings?
we would go, you'd go click on the Spark page, yeah, and then click on add brand. Right now, since you don't have your brand there yet,
Oh, so this
it's
is where
not
you're
reading it.
adding
Yes.
your brand. Okay,
so for me,
perfect.
it would say
No.
manage brand because I already have created a brand. But if you guys are starting fresh, you would click on add brand.
Gotcha.
And then once you do that, that's how you can kind of see all the components that you can. So you'll be able to add the logo, the colors, and you'll be able to select the font. So
Very cool.
it's hopeful that
and
you can see that from scratch, because I don't see that anymore.
Yeah, because you had a lot of your stuff already filled in, because you really only have to do it. Honestly, you have to set it up once. You can
Yes.
change it later and all that
Absolutely.
good stuff.
So that way you guys can kind of see. So you can kind of customize how do you want the headers to show up. Again, something that would make sense for.
Does can you create your own theme in it? That's essentially what you're doing.
Yeah, so you can't technically create your own theme from scratch, but you can customize the theme to fit as close as possible to the brand. So
Yeah.
We have
I
that.
mean, yeah, perfect.
So
So yeah, Andrea, your Behance portfolio is different. Adobe portfolio is different than an Adobe Spark page.
yes.
I think it's worthy to even do some shout outs of a couple different examples. Obviously, we can create a page for the company brand. That's everything. I know internally, honestly, we use it for trip reports. We have a big event, we make an Adobe Spark page. And whether it's, presentations or about 1,000 other uses.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm kind of showing you guys how you can customize some stuff.
Media kits, trip reports, event recaps, newsletters, customer highlights, storytelling, sales, promo, blah, blah, blah. All the things.
No, not that. Actually, I did that So I'm just showing you guys, the process to edit some of these. I know that the Spark team has some really great tutorials on how to get started. That'll help you guys. So I kind of just want to give you guys briefly, like, here's some things that you guys can do to create a branded template. Another thing that you want to think about is what the marketers call the call to action. So usually these are the buttons if you're trying to have people click here to get involved with us, etc. You can always make that a strategic color so that as people are looking through, it'll actually pop more for them and have people engage. There's actually a lot of things out there that say people are more prone to engage or like click on a certain button if it's a different color than your general brand. It just has to make sense for it. For now, we're going to keep that color.
That's good. And for those of you who are just joining us, see some new names in here. Here with Nicte Cuevas, and essentially we've created a brand in Illustrator. So we created a logo, some colors, some different things, and we're using Adobe Spark page to create a page that could be used really for anything, but you're going to use it to maybe house the brand.
Yeah. Saying,
hey everybody, as part of this company, here are the brand guidelines, and that's the one page we're making.
Yes, and here's the components for it. So now this is where I was talking about, like, I see manage brand because I've already created this. So you can click back onto the projects. And so what we're going to do is we're actually going to create a page from scratch. So we're going to click on page, and then it'll start to load this. So this is what you were seeing earlier. And so one of the things that I like, if you have purchased stock, you can always go here and it'll pop up your licensed images. So since we just bought this one, the only thing is that it's facing the other way. It's okay. You can always flip it and resave it and just upload it. But what you can do is you kind of click here.
So a couple other questions coming in. Not custom fonts right now. We're really dealing with basically not even your web fonts, but fonts that we can freely license and give to you. Because again, they're basically like web-based fonts. So if that's a great suggestion, like I like that. Adobe Spark team is right here. So essentially, maybe we can post a URL for like feature requests if we can find that URL. It's a good.
So I can't remember who said yesterday the Heights and Honey.
Oh.
Something like that again.
Sweet. Literally.
You can kind of click on those things to kind of customize. You can also, if you wanted to, make this all caps, and you see this little plus sign here, you'll be able to add text, photos, whatnot. One of the things that I love is that they have a feature called the Glide Show, and you can actually include some images.
Can you put a honey image in there, like
yes.
a bee or something?
So I want to show you guys the capabilities. You can search through free photos. So we can search.
So Jonathan, the answer is no to your question. You can't have a custom URL right now.
Not yet.
Not yet. But also you don't have to pay for hosting or anything like that.
Which makes it
comes
a lot
with your
easier.
Creative Cloud subscription.
So let's say see if let's kind of pick this one. So you can add various images, and I'll show you guys the effects that it does because it's pretty neat how it kind of helps create. It has this like really beautiful transition. And so let's say you like those three, you can always, select how, if you don't want this one at the top, you can kind of move them to the top. So I'll show you guys what that does in a minute.
When are we going to see this CSS and HTML and do the coding?
The beauty is that you don't. You don't get to see that.
Your client doesn't have to know. Just kidding. Don't lie to them.
But it's helpful and this is where if your client is on a budget and you still really want to work with them because you feel that connection to what they do, this is an option for you to create something for them. By all means, if you can do their website because it'll be completely branded and custom coded, then do that. So you see how kind of like these are nice, beautiful transitions that you see with these images that you've selected for the glide show. Then you can click here, and we're gonna add text. I know you had mentioned.
Ooh, hipster ipsum.
Yes, that's it. So.
Just do.
Let's see if it does it.
Hipster.
Not hopster. Hipster. There we go.
So there's lorem ipsum. There's hipster ipsum. There's
Isn't that neat?
Samuel L. Jackson ipsum. It's so much fun. Any other ipsums? Oh, there's bacon ipsum, Tim.
So we just gonna
we need some filler text and
grab some copy.
Kind of fun.
All right, guys. And then we're gonna go back here, and you can add the text. So here's one of the things that if you do select some.
I think you grabbed the menu and everything.
Yeah, I think it did to the side. So one of the things I want to just bring to light is that if you do have some text that you're selecting from like a PDF or something where there's like paragraphs, it'll actually break down the copy for you. So you may not be able to, you'll have to actually delete it and make sure that there's no extra spacing. So right now it looks like there's a lot of spacing in between, but it's just for show purposes. I'm gonna
So to actually tailor, you could use this to show potential work, but you also have Behance portfolio.
Yeah.
By the way, just to give you a quick preview of it, this is mine, but essentially you can turn whatever projects you have into a portfolio. That's probably your path of least resistance. But for clients, that's what we're doing
Let me
here.
show you guys. So if you do, one of the things that I've been doing is like you can actually use like a quote, but to turn that into like a call to action. So if, like I was mentioning, in the marketing world, people use that a lot. If you want them to read a particular message more, you can do that through the branded content that we were working on earlier. And instead of it being a quote, it can actually be a call to action. You can always make it a quote if you want to. And there are some features within the themes that can do that for you.
So you can make it a link if you want to.
Yes. Cool. So one of the things is that you can add a button if you wanted to here. And then you would just tell, learn more. And then you have to do a website. So, and then you kind of select where the button was placed. And then boom, you can kind of do that. So you can move forward from that, and then you can move on to the next transition. One of the neat things is that if your image actually works better, you can arrange the text on the middle. You can do another photo within the photo. If it makes sense, then you can have a caption saying, yummy honey. Oops, I can't spell.
That's the bee's knees.
The bee's knees. And then you can actually add a headline here.
I love, so we've been naming things you can do with it, but it's really up to you. Like,
Yes. You can actually get pretty creative with this. And if you have created your own imagery, then you can actually bring them in and upload them to this page. So you actually can bring in your customized work into that. Then one of the things too is that you do create a post, a Spark post, you just need you can download the image and just upload it like I was doing earlier, or you can include one of their videos. You just need the link.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question, teacher. How can you move that from the left side to the right side?
Okay, excellent question. So you literally click and drag it, and that's it, and it'll place it from different.
That's like too easy.
Yeah, isn't it? Instead of having to code it.
Yeah. And plus I was expecting some menu and a drop down, blah, blah, blah. No, you just pick it up and move it.
Click and drag. Click and drag and ta-da. So that's super helpful. Let's say you just want to add.
We're looking for fun bee puns.
Yes, I'd love to have them in there.
So love to hear some buzz on that topic.
Yes, that'd be great. So you can kind of have that worked in there. Then you can go back into creating text. There is just a photo grid. So if you wanted I was kind of showing you guys yesterday some of the options you could do when if you use it for brand guidelines, you can create different photos to show them like what their imagery should be like. And then if you do have logo variations, then you can actually upload them to this and they'd be able to see. So the more you select, it kind of starts to automatically.
And all she's doing is clicking, clicking, clicking.
That's it.
She's like, boom,
Just
boom, boom.
clicking.
Here's all
That
the
is
bee
not even a
stuff.
bee.
Here's a bunch of delicious.
So let's say you
photos.
upload the wrong one, you just want to replace here. And
B's asking if the pics are all free.
These ones, yes. If you click on the, I know Spark has been working with Pixpay, I believe, and one of the other license-free websites, and that's not a honey. And so I'll show you guys what happens. So let's say we inputted these images, and you do see these eyes here at the end. So if I was to look at the actual preview of it, you'll see how it loads the initial. I need to change that. I'll show you guys how to change that. Initially, when it was loading the brand mark, and then you can kind of see these beautiful transitions now without all that.
Look at this. Just scroll. Just
look at that, and then you can click.
Just
boom,
love it.
It would
just
take
love
you to
it.
that.
Just take it in.
Yeah, and then you can kind of just
This is
make
in
that
the past
visual
like
appeal.
less than like 10 minutes.
Yes.
Like this was pretty fast.
This is why I really like using this when you are on time constraints and there's a budget limitation. Then you can do that. Again, remember I mentioned the images you use it automatically puts it in for you. So you don't have to worry about infringing copyrights.
Yes, that's huge.
Super helpful. So this part we can always brand. You guys are seeing my own thing, but we can go back and customize it.
It kind of works in this case because this is your company made this brand.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah, and you can do that. Like you can always add another component here that says, contact us. I believe you can do a call to, I don't know if the Spark team can help correct me, but if you are trying to have them like email you for a question, you may be able to do a call to code for people to, like within the button, but I'm not sure. I'll let them confirm or not. So let's say you want, contact us for more info, then you can put in the call to information. I'm not sure if you can do that or not, so don't quote me on it yet.
For doing what? Sorry.
So let's say if you create this website, this page, and you want people to connect with someone within their marketing department, or because sometimes they will want that, then you can actually create a button that says contact us for more information instead of just listing the email. But I have to make sure, I guess you can add any link to the button. So you would be able to add contact us for more info. And I think it's like mail to, when you're doing your coding and then you put the email. Let's see. And then once you click on that, then you click on that and it'll hopefully load that. I don't want to open my emails because I don't want to get a lot of notifications right now. But it'll kind of help you guys kind of get an idea of what works with that. You can always add, so let's kind of go back to my Illustrator and show you guys if we wanted to add components for people to see how the brand mark would work with different pages. Let me see. I'm just gonna not worry about creating a.
Thank you so much for posting that. Adobe Spark posted a link to basically the Adobe Spark user voice, which is where you can suggest features and, potentially, just basically give us your feedback. That's the best way to, let us know what you're interested in. But again, goal is to make it easy. We're here to make money. I mean, you as a business owner, you need to get things done.
Yep.
And does the client care whether you hand coded it or whatever? No. Do they really even care about the URL? Small businesses, probably not. Mm-hmm. Honestly, the smart people here, like the people who have a sort of developer background, you can mask that. We know we can. You can put a frame. It could be an iframe. Remember iframes?
Oh my goodness, yes.
And yes, dad jokes are always welcome. We're doing all bee puns.
All bee puns. So, I kind of want to show you guys. Let's just do this because if you were wanting to include some information as far as what the. Give me 1 second. Thinking too fast. So remember how I was mentioning, you can kind of include more information as far as what the brand is, some variations, and again, one of the things that I typically do with the brand guidelines is I break up the content to tell them what the mark is by itself, what the logo type is by itself, so they can kind of know the variations and how to use it. And I'll actually write it up for them, like, oh, this is logo type, this is the brand mark. And you can input that into the see.
So, yes. Thank you, Anita. Hopefully this is inspiring. I'm glad that we are pointing out something that, again, if you are a Creative Cloud member, you have access to all this stuff.
Yes.
And a lot of people just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Again, this is for all CC paid plans. Not for the standalone products, but if you're a Creative Cloud member to everything, this is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Adobe. Oh, Vasil. I love it. He did Adobe with B.
Ooh, I like that.
Look at you being all clever.
All right, so this is super simplified, guys. Trying to be cognizant over our time. All right,
that was Michael Lopez that mentioned Heights and Honeys yesterday. So.
Oh, yay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
In InBesign. Okay.
InBesign.
Someone will win an InBesign. That's a stretch, buddy. I appreciate the attempt, though.
What do we have in here? Oops. Okay. All right, so let's say you guys just want to include that information in. So this is not, by all means, in any way aesthetically pleasing or organized, but I kind of just want to show you guys, and then I'll kind of go back to refine that a little bit more. But I know you guys are probably not interested in the whole labeling process of getting it right. So where it would look.
Ooh, Jasmine uses Spark all the time at work. Love to hear those stories.
Wonderful, Jasmine.
Yeah. And the Adobe Spark team would love to hear about it as well.
All right, so there you can kind of upload examples on that, and then you can actually either write a caption or you can write some text that. Let me just kind of grab a little bit. I'm not going to grab so much like I did earlier. I don't know why I was grabbing.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Was that within the? Oh, someone said that.
BEE. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Behance. BEE hands. Ah.
All right. Oh, here's a really neat thing. You want to switch the focal point of the image, then you can move this. So you can kind of shift the image.
Okay.
So once it's loading, it kind of just shows where.
So the image was horizontal?
So yeah, the image shows, actually no, I think it's just the way that it kind of displays it from their little feature here.
Okay.
But let's say if you wanted to lower the image a little bit lower because you want to be able to see these.
Okay, I love that. So you don't necessarily need to recrop it.
No, it'll just kind of, so you kind of see now how it loads it more towards the bottom.
And that's the center point. So it's kind of zooming in on that spot. Oh, I like that.
So it kind of helps you integrate that.
You know, RK, by the way, he used it back in the day. That's good to hear. I always think it's been super sharp. You know?
Yeah, it's helped, as far as workflow and speeding some things up, it really is super helpful. So,
it's powerful without being complex.
Yes, especially if you are on the go. I haven't tried to do Page on my phone, but where I usually work a lot is on my phone to do the posts. So things that I want to do is actually want to make this as a transparency.
So just to remind you, on the other side of us over there is challenge submission deadline. It says 35 minutes. So you can check out the challenge tab. Today we're going to be making a poster for a music festival. So that's what that's all about. In about 5 minutes, we'll just do a random giveaway just because we can.
Fun.
So trying to get the buzz going for that. Some sweet honey will. Is that wrong? Did I say that? Is that not good to say? But
all right, let me see.
And this is by the way, just to be a little more specific on the challenge. Again, I want everyone to make sure they have access to this challenge tab right here. Fictional Music Festival is rubber bands made in InDesign, Photoshop, or Illustrator. And so just do that. Using this InDesign template as well. So clicking that, it's going to go ahead and download it. And I'll open up that in a second. So that's the short of what's happening. Hey, what are you doing?
Okay. So I was trying to get my stuff set up for the next part. Because I want to bring you guys into the...
You got time.
Post. I think we're good. Yeah. All right, so I kind of want to show you guys. So once you guys upload the app, so I'll show you guys kind of... Shall
we switch to your phone now?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Let's switch to your phone. This is exciting. An iPhone connected.
Ready.
I'm going to select that now. See it right there.
All right, so you guys this will be the post.
So you just added that. Did you add that logo from Illustrator?
Yes. So what I did is I saved it to my... Actually, I want to make sure that I'd saved it to my... You can save it to your Adobe Stock, your CC Cloud. So I'm just going to save it right here for speed purposes. And you'll be able to access it really easily that way. Or you can upload it if you have it on your phone or like on a Dropbox, you can always upload it that way. So what I want to do is just create a new post, and you can, since I just licensed that photo, I'm just going to do that same process. We'll click on that bees. Then once it does it, you'll be able to just click on the add button and it'll show up. So you'll see that. And what the really neat thing is, I'll show you guys the capabilities that it has, but you can create that and you'll be able to, you see how we had initially, right now it looks really small, but you see how we had created the branded content, the brand mark earlier. Since it's already been implemented, it actually, once you create one, it automatically imports that logo into your mark. So you can actually then switch the placement, and then you can actually go into customizing the text here. So as you're helping your clients create this, these are types of things that you can do. And when you're actually working on the back end of customizing the brand, you can actually select where you want the logo to be placed, if it has to be on a permanent area all the time. Especially for social media, it'd be helpful to see. And these are kind of one of the things that you look at, like how does the mark look once it gets really tiny. And these were the things that we were kind of commenting on.
And you're saying you can save this template for your clients?
Yes. So ideally, if you do get them on the premium version, which they would be able to have without necessarily just the whole CC, you can create all these things on the back end for them, and they would have these templates ready. So that initial template, branded template page, you'd be able to see that. And then you'd be able to go in here and edit that for them. So they also have like templates you can use, like that are customizable within the Spark. But like they have all these fun little things you can do as far as, backgrounds that could make sense. Sometimes you can it'll peek through the image.
Let's use should we add some text from something that somebody submitted?
Yes.
For the sweeter good.
I love
sure,
that.
Why not? Alex Gerber.
Thank you, Alex.
Yes, and in a minute we will do just a random giveaway of a fancy pillow right here in InDesign, as well as some stickers.
Sweet. All right, so we're gonna, again, you have like some options here as far as your type goes, and you can have some ways to align it that vary.
And then you can add, you can spend all day here,
all
essentially.
Day. All day. So let's
and
say,
we will. No.
Well, I want to make sure everybody's having a good time too, because I don't want to lose you guys. So I just literally uploaded it to the first thing that within my cloud, like I had mentioned that you guys would be able to.
So yeah, save to Creative Cloud Files folder on your desktop, and then it's all of a sudden here.
Here, ta-da! So again, you can always have variations for your mark, and then again, be cognizant of the placement, obviously, because it may get lost. So you kind of see how we run into that issue with that there. But I kind of wanted to show you guys as far as what you can do.
I can let you.
You want to take on?
No, people definitely want to do a random giveaway. So you could still continue to tweak that all you want, make it look pretty, whatever, add whatever you want. While you're doing that, we'll just do a giveaway of the pillow and then some Spark stickers. Go right on your forehead if you want, wherever you want to put it. Probably on your laptop or phone would be awesome. So, Adobe Spark stickers, as you can see. I always try to hide my broken finger. And then the fun InDesign pillow. So yesterday was Illustrator, today's InDesign. We want you to collect the whole sets. So always giving away something different each time. So just need you to be active in chat. Let us know that there's somebody at the other end of that keyboard that can respond if we call out your name. Ooh, I like that. Yizu says, "Pillow me."
That's great.
Pillow me. All right, just trying to get some buzz going. It'd be sweet to win a pillow.
That would be fun.
We just, encourage you to be nice. Please
be nice.
Please be beehive. Please be bad.
Beehive.
Trying to throw as many puns out as I can. Please beehive. Be sweet.
All right, guys, I don't want to.
Thank you to Nicte she's doing our designing. Everybody's entering in chat.
Then you can actually add some quick animations to the text. So for people within the marketing world, and I know Mike, if you're still there, he's a fantastic marketer, and that's a lot of things for them, like things that are engaging that are just so static. So little animations like this is great for people, and then you kind of have that nice transition from gray to the color. You know, there's all sorts of things that you can do within the visuals that just make sense.
Yes, Nagar, hive mind. That's what's happening right now, because there's just a lot of hype happening in the in the chat. They all want a little.
The pillow, yeah, that is a pretty awesome pillow, you guys. I love the color.
It fits most head sizes, unless you have a really big, maybe not a bee's head. We don't have one with a little bee.
That'd be a nice bee bed at that case. So,
appreciate all the buzz. We'll wind it down and we'll pick a winner. Adobe Live will do that and pass that to me, which is happening right now. And I'd say this is pretty sweet for Anita Nava. Congratulations,
congratulations,
Anita Nava.
Anita. I believe Anita is in Texas, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Anita Nava, just respond.
She had messaged me on Instagram yesterday, and I was like, oh, that's so awesome.
Anita Nava. There she is. OMG. Ha ha ha. Congratulations. We'll have this. What's that? Oh, okay. So we'll just have that delivered by Nicte. She'll bring it right to your door, drop it off to you, and just like make sure the sizing's right for you, and ask where you want the sticker. And yeah. Fantastic. So we will have a giveaway. We also have the challenge. So I'm sorry if you're hoping you'd win the pillow. You have your chance for each guest to win one of the just random giveaways. And then we have the challenge happening right now. It's going to be using or making a poster in InDesign.
That's exciting. I can't wait for people to show that, their work.
And by the way, we have templates, like free templates for most of our apps. if not all of them. Not all of them, because I don't think, say, if you take Audition, I don't think there's a template.
So you can, so I kind of went, sorry.
Oh, cool.
So this is what I had, but I'm like, it's kind of getting bleh. So you can always, they have these layout resizing options that you can kind of play with that gives you different, so it kind of rearranges things for you guys.
Isn't this fun? Like, as a designer, you can set this up and then just start playing with these different layouts.
It gets pretty addicting. Once you get the hang of it, it gets pretty addicting because it's so much easier for you to create it that way, especially on the go.
Where do you get these free mock-ups?
So what I'm gonna go, let me cancel that. So this is what I had initially. So if we click on the layout button down here, you'll be able to see these different options. All these ones. So what's really neat about the way that post works is that it actually resizes it for you, kind of rearranges the text, so you don't have to worry about moving the text every single time. So it kind of helps, and you can add more images. You can do it this way. So there's a lot of different options that you can do.
I'm kind of mad at it a little bit. Just because I'm
so
like,
easy.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
And I kind of want that in like Illustrator and InDesign.
Yeah. And it's, for me, like, because I'm a new mom, I'm always not able to be on the computer. So this has helped me, especially like for social media stuff, because I will create a lot of my things on between Photoshop and InDesign or Illustrator, and then I'll bring it into here. So, you know, these are kind of some of the things that you guys can do. You can always then go in, you can share it as a video, because I did the animation. So if you click back on the effects, you'll kind of see that come up. And you can always share the video or share it as a flat image. Again, it's doing it as a video because you have some text animations.
Shout out to the Adobe Spark page. They like the quotes.
Yes.
That randomly.
Isn't it? They're so much fun. They're pretty creative. So again, you can either save it, share it to Instagram.
Is that a new option at the top?
Okay, so let me show you guys. If you are gonna share it on social media, or you want to share it across wherever, save it, then you can, since it's a video, because it's the animated text, it's gonna create a video. And what happens after it finishes doing that, then you'll actually see this page that asks you, where do you want to share it? It can automatically share it to Instagram. You send it to someone as a message. You can save the video, copy link, and then you can kind of save it to all these other options that you have if you have a Dropbox. And you're able to do that. So that's pretty neat. So if you need to share it with a client or something, it's just that one graphic, you can always do that. And then you can actually even bring that into your workflow. So I kind of want to go back. So did it help kind of see it in the placement as far as, you know, with the visuals and the imagery? Once it was smaller?
What is your Instagram handle?
Oh, my at Nicte Creative Design.
Can you? Well, I guess I don't want to force you to do that, but can we at least see maybe like some examples of some work done for?
So let me show you guys.
I'm not on your screen yet. I'm giving you a second.
Okay, perfect.
So you
While
know.
it loads. While it loads. Let's hope it loads. All right. Okay, we're good now.
All right. Oh, sorry. Let me go to this one. There we are.
Excellent. Hey, so this is me. These are some of the things that I've really, you know, especially if you guys are a designer, you're trying to get clients, Instagram is a great place to try and connect with clients. I've gotten a lot of clients through Instagram, and that's actually how I connected with Adobe Spark. But, you know, these are these things that you can customize and create for yourself, these highlights. So if you share any stories or any tips, you can always make them as highlights. And then here's one fun thing that I tend to do with, I select a particular topic I'm going to talk about, and then I create what I call these big stories. So if you look at these ones with these colors, I'll kind of go back. You see how they all come together and create this big visual. and it kind of helps work together, and there's a certain message that flows through it.
Question.
Yes.
How do you lay that out so perfectly with a triptych, as it's known?
I actually do it on Photoshop, then bring it into Illustrator.
Okay, gotcha.
And so I've created the grid that way, and then I bring it in. The reason why I bring it into Illustrator is because I prefer using the type or any sharp shapes within Illustrator. And then all the imagery I'll work on through Photoshop to be able to modify that. So when I do get a chance for a brand that kind of works where you can actually implement that, then I do that. And then you can kind of see how
I've seen, Robzilla, who's been on the stream, he's on the stream a lot, which we really appreciate him.
Oh, that's
He's been a guest,
awesome.
Rob Generate III. He's used Adobe Comp because you could save out those images. Like you go boom, boom, boom. Or you could save out even one that you did if it's a horizontal. And then he brings it into Adobe Comp and then just does 3 squares, centers it accordingly, and then outputs them from there. So anyways, just FYI.
I'm definitely going to have to.
They're liking it. Mike likes your Insta profile. So
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim, for posting
Thank you,
all
Mike.
of those links. And yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of like what I want. And when you guys are building the brand, these are the types of things that helps because you start to look at the components of it. Again, for my personal one, there's a lot of color because it kind of connects with what I do and what I talk about. And so if you guys, this is another opportunity for you guys to help build a brand for a client. I think we'll probably turn off from my phone for now. I'm pulling up the Photoshop. You can kind of see the back end of how I build these big stories.
And basically once you have that image, you can share directly to social media or just save out the image, do whatever you want with that at that point.
Absolutely.
Get creative essentially.
Yeah.
Is kind of
and you can create one image and bring it into Spark and just shift it around and not necessarily make it into that big component. So it's pretty neat to be able to see that. I'm kind of trying to think if we can kind of on the whim create one of these for the loft bees, that would make sense.
I can give you a second and kind of review some of these posters.
That would be a great idea.
Oh yeah. So thank you everybody for participating in the challenge. Looks like we got quite a few in here. It's gonna be really fun to review these, and let's dive into this. And just to recap, this is the challenge. It asks you to, create a fictional music poster based on rubber bands. It's basically an InDesign file, right? And then you just select publish online. So what I'm going to be checking out are a lot of these various links. And again, if I open up InDesign, just right up here, that's all you need to do. This is the template, by the way. There's nothing in here. You get to have all the fun that you want right in this space, and then publish online right up here. The thing is we already have a good, 15 or so entries. So let's start with this first one.
Ooh.
Tejas, Jagadish, Rubber Bands, Music Festival.
Oh, that guy playing the guitar. That's really good.
A literal rubber band. Friday the 13th, which is April, actually.
That's my birthday.
This is the 13th?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I'm gonna turn 35. Woohoo!
You don't look it.
No, thank you.
All right. That's wild. Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Excited. And I love Halloween, too. Ooh, yeah. That'll be fun.
Don't have a name associated with this one, but this is really cool, too. Look.
Oh,
You'd
I
appreciate
love that.
I thought you'd like the colors.
I love the colors and the flow. Oh, I like how the A, there's 2 versions of the A, one in the back. There's that depth to it.
Then we have this next one, Mary, or Marie, sorry, could be Marie, 205. July, Rubber Bands. I feel like they're appealing to your sense of color.
I know,
like
I kind of like this.
But tell me this isn't sick.
I love it. Love it.
Here.
It's beautiful.
Marie, fantastic job. Let's move on to the next one.
It's really beautiful.
Another Rubber Bands submission. I would always appreciate it when you publish that link, when you get the title, put your name in there, and then we'll be able to give you credit. And I would go to this Rubber Bands music festival because we have the Killers, Arctic Monkeys, Paramore.
That's pretty exciting.
Blossom. This is really cool. Oh, by the way, if you guys like the band of Borns, we're going to have a live stream on Friday with Borns. So if you're not familiar with Borns, we're going to have a live stream on Behance.net/live. On Adobe Live, we're going to have Behance. He's going to be rocking out for you exclusively, as well as a small audience in LA. Next up, we have Andy Clark, Rubber Bands Music Festival. Different taste in music. LL Cool J. This is very rubber bandy title.
I like that. Ooh.
Yeah. Another one, Rubber Bands Pop Concert.
I like that. Oh yeah, I could tell there's like a guitar in the background.
Good. And again, we just
pretty clever.
We want you to just explore and have fun. Anna Zygla. It's interesting how it kind of got centered there, but. Oh, and by the way, like we don't, it's okay. Use Adobe stock like placeholder images like perfectly fine. Don't think you have to go out and license a bunch of photos. Older submissions on the next pages.
Ooh.
Music festival.
Oh, those girls look like they're having fun.
You can actually go full screen. Make sure. Oop, actually, I already was full screen. Okay, that was weird how that was displaying, but this is better. Music festival. Fantastic. Next up, from Philippe. Let's take a look at this. Rubber Bands Music Festival poster. That's very cool.
I do like that. I really like that. Ooh, I wonder if you use like the scanner. I see some nice textures in the background.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty neat. Ooh,
I like what they did.
I like that.
Little mock-up.
Appreciate.
Following you. All right, and then we'll review a couple more in a second. But that's
great.
Sort of our first 6, 7, 8. First 8. We have more, not to worry.
So, can we move forward with the other brand?
Yeah, I mean, how does?
I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like.
So, and I think what we should do, I think this is a good point. So, you know, whether we move on, but like, does everybody kind of catch a vision for what Spark Page can do and Spark Post? Can you do me a favor and just pull up Spark Page on your desktop, and then on your phone have Spark Post up? Sorry.
Perfect.
So we'll just view those side by side. Oh, actually, I don't know if we can do that. Maybe.
Can we have a simultaneous?
Can you put her screen up like you had it before and the iPhone? Because this will be a perfect kind of summary of what we've been doing. And then you can switch it whenever.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Perfect.
So you guys can kind of see. Trying to
So above us, right here, Adobe Spark Page, no coding, create what you want, all very straightforward. You're adding content for anything that you want.
Yes,
right?
absolutely, yeah.
In this case,
Super
this could be a
helpful.
newsletter. It could be like the branding elements for that team. Once they have those branding elements, you're kind of like, hey, use this here, use that there, blah, 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 blah. Oh, by the way, I set you up some templates in Adobe Spark Post.
And you're
Just
good
that
to
way?
go. Yep. And you're good to go. And I do want to address something because I know some people may be concerned, like, oh, is a client going to come back to me for more work? You got to think about like how you can empower your clients and really help them take things to the next level. So this is a great way to create that for them. And you never know. I've done this for some of my clients and they still come back for custom work. So don't think that that's going to close that opportunity. I really feel like it actually opens the door to opportunities.
Yeah, and two sides to that is like, one, I don't want to do busy work.
Yes.
And two, honestly, like the client doesn't want to do some busy work. Like they're constantly pawning things off on you, but the easy things they want to be able to do.
Yeah,
So it kind of helps.
absolutely. Save times. You know, we're in the go, go, go. Everybody wants things quick. So this is super helpful to have. So I kind of wanted to transition to
Yeah. Talk to us.
the next brand that we were talking
All right.
about. So
Thank you so much. If you have questions, we have the Adobe Spark team in chat.
in the house.
Thank you. And they've posted a link as you have other feature requests to user voice and all that. But yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. So I know yesterday we spent quite a bit of time talking about the process that I go behind the scenes as far as developing the brand. If I don't get the spinning wheel of death. And one of the brands that I wanted to mention today, again, this is a hypothetical, fictitious brand. And my computer's about to die. I don't know what's happening to it.
Does it have power?
Yeah, it has power. It just has a personality of its own right now. So this brand that I'm gonna talk about today, Beehive.
Get your bee puns out. Get them out now because we're moving on to another subject entirely.
I like what Adobe Spark said. End of the busy bee work.
Yeah, there we go.
On to the next.
Good one.
So this brand that I'm gonna talk about is called Operation Order Up, and it's founded by, again, this is not real. Hopefully it could be one day. One of my friends who's a chef out in Vegas, and Mercedes, we were talking about some ideas about giving back to the community or helping really build this connection between families and really encouraging parents to spend more time with their kids and to really spend good quality time. So we had talked about this idea of creating a brand that she would ideally show parents and kids, like she would host these classes where they would learn how to cook, and these would be healthy meals that they could go and cook at home. And once a quarter, she would actually have like a pop-up restaurant, and they would bring in retirees that are like in retirement homes that are veterans. And it's really sad because a lot of them are forgotten. They're older, and sometimes they don't get to have any more family. They didn't have any family, so it's really a nice way to kind of go and teach young children to love everybody. To really encourage that. So it kind of is twofold. It helps parents spend time together with their kids and vice versa. And it teaches everybody to really, be more about loving one another. So
Cool.
That was a process that we were talking about. So then again, the mission of Operation Order Up is to have a cooking class that brings families together and honor the veterans in the local retirement home. And so when I talk about the brand archetype, the personality, this would be a servant. So not in the sense of they serve you like a maid type thing, but like they really want to help others and empower others and really share that love. That's the approach that we wanted to have. We want to really just spread more positivity in this world. And so I came up with some words, and I'll zoom in so you guys can kind of see what they are. I'm not going to go and list everything because again, we kind of talked about the process. I just want to reiterate what I did yesterday. So we'll talk about the brand personality, what they do, how they differentiate from the other people that are out there doing that. So when I focused on the 5 words, it would be togetherness, being generous, healthy, veterans, giving. So a lot of the push is giving and really just giving to one another between your families, and not just for the veterans. In this instance, we're focusing on the retirees, but for anybody, it's really learning to help and love one another.
And you learn how to cook.
Yes,
right?
Isn't that great? So
And I love to eat, so I say it's a win all the way around.
Yes. I wish Mercedes could send everybody some food.
And real quick, there's you can see the timer. About 5 minutes left to get your submissions in. So do that, and we'll review those.
Excellent. So I was looking at some of the imagery, and what I want this brand to be is about the people. The people from the parents, the families, and the retirees, and just really coming together. I think one of the beautiful images that I love is like of this, I think it's a father and a baby kind of cooking together, kind of working together, really infuses with that, the whole idea. And I looked at some typography next to slab, I love, look at these beautiful forms here.
Look at that. That's the name of the font?
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
I think they have just a Nexa Rust. They have the slab version, and I think they have one that's just like the standard sans serif.
And this is good for, what would you use this for? For titles and things?
For titles, yeah. I love, you know, the fact that it kind of has some connection, like the open letter forms. It's like organic, and then you have the sharper lines that kind of connects with the whole military aspect of things between, you know, the rigid, formal stuff. And, you know, I kind of just wanted to bring that together. These work really beautifully.
And so this is a good like display font for like, again, for like any sort of like headlines. I don't know if you, like maybe you don't, I don't know. It would be overused if you used it for body copy, would you say?
Yeah, it really would. And the smaller it gets, the hard, you know, these little counters are starting to get like a little out of place. So for now, I just wanted to focus on how it would look more as applied to the actual mark. So when I go into the colors, I think about the personality. So purple aligns with like the whole Purple Heart, with that being one of the highest honors that people can get with the military. And this nice warm orange color, and I promise I didn't do it intentionally transitioning from the bees, but
I wanted you to pick another color that matches you.
And you know what?
You've been so good at that. Like it just matches. And like all got a nice theme going over here. You notice that we have the nice theme. We're looking pretty good today, I must say. Like a little theme of pinks and reds and neutrals.
Yes.
But that's what you're doing, is like you're trying to create some color harmony here.
Yes.
Using the, you know, correct... the same amount of saturation, either brightness or whatever, shadow, the opposite of brightness.
Yes. And you know, I kind of wanted to bring this color in because it does entice as far as some brands. A lot of brands use these yellows, oranges, because it's actually an appetizing, enticing color. So that's why I wanted to connect that, because I wanted to bring that aspect to it. So what I did is that I actually went, and here's where I'm showing transparency. I did some sketches yesterday to kind of help speed up some of the things, and I kind of want to show you some of my thought process. And it's about looking at the military insignia that you see a lot of sharp lines, and I wanted to make it more organic and kind of go with the idea of the Purple Heart. So I did some sketches. Carrots really don't align. This looks like a pineapple. I'm not sure what I was thinking for this one. But it's showing process, you know, it's not always going to be perfect. And when I was coming up with some of the things, I loved having this stylized heart-shaped apple of sorts with the components of the insignias and implementing into that. So I kind of want to piggyback on that to create some of those, so we can actually go in and
That's a good idea. LK is actually viewing this on Apple TV, which might not display the chat because it's going to play the video, but and then just have it on the iPad separately for chat.
Ooh, that's pretty smart. So I'm kind of working off of these elements, and the reason why I have them as separate is because I want to do this component. So there's that kind of added depth to it.
I love that.
So it's, you know, it doesn't get that boring, but it kind of gives it that dimension, oomph. And then actually,
yeah, I really like that.
And
I'm not sure it's coming in on the stream, at least on your end, everyone. Here it looks, you actually really, the blue's coming in pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
In case you're wondering.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. How does it look on the, it's like a purplish blue. You see kind of, I'm not sure how it kind of reads for you guys, but kind of looking at.
All right, Benjamin says, "Yo guys, I'm back." Okay, he's back.
Hi, Benjamin.
Can you just start from the beginning, since you just got here and, like, voila.
Got to have you back. Wonder if he was having lunch.
27 seconds, by the way. Get your submissions in.
Don't miss out.
Looks like the last submission I got in was Caitlin's.
All right, guys.
Oh, you're killing me, everybody. I probably have like 25 to review.
Oh, wow.
We have 25 to review.
I look forward to seeing them, though.
Oh. Jernej, Jernej, just got yours in under the wire. So
Woo!
close. So thank you, everybody, for creating the poster for the music festival.
All right, so right now what I'm doing is I'm kind of just trying to knock out a little bit of the shape here.
And could be wrong. David Samuel, I think we've shown yours already. Actually, if you're,
You want to switch
I want
to show?
Yeah, if you're kind of doing some
Yes,
stuff,
that works.
then we can kind of see how this progresses. But as Nicte works on that, we can review portfolios. So let's dive into that right now. Chase Ballas, great job.
Ooh, I like that.
That's a fun rubber band.
Yeah.
I totally want to know.
How do they do that? So many rubber bands with the hand shape.
So
Super clever.
I love it. Yeah, I want to know how they made that or what the case is there.
All power to you for doing it with the time constraint. That's pretty awesome. Ooh,
Yeah.
what is that on the back? Is it a guy hanging?
Narendra?
Oh, I see the guy hanging in the background with a guitar.
Yeah. Looks like
bit to see it.
if you flipped it upside down, they'd be kind of standing holding the guitar.
Huh.
In Pune, India. Fantastic. Count me in.
Fantastic.
Next up, ooh, Narendra. Here's another one.
Ooh.
I don't know how many submissions we allow, but I'd like to think that putting this in this environment doesn't add much, but it actually does because it looks really good.
helps
But I
you
think it's
envision
more
it.
attributed to this background, but this is also good.
Yeah.
Within context. Made in Illustrator. Rubber Bands Music Festival. Fun shapes. That's from Nilton. Fantastic.
Ooh, I like
Super
that.
appealing to your love of color.
Yeah. Ooh, I like
Here's David Samuels. David, you were asking if yours was going to be shown. Here it is, Rubber Bands. Los Angeles. Cool font. You know, this is a good font choice because I feel like these B's and R's are being stretched. Do they feel like they're being stretched?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is good. Natalia.
Ooh.
This is
Oh, I
fun.
kind of like it's that 3D
Like a
effect.
stereo.
Yeah. And you see kind of like with the... I like
She's
how they
gonna
have that placement. Yeah.
plaster the city with it. But yeah, good job. Snap back into the music. Chelsea Skinner. Ha. Here we are. Fun colors.
I love the colors.
Sisse. It's kind of cool, like seeing that
Yeah.
rip. Sorry about that's displaying it full screen, but nice colors. This is really fun.
Oh, I like that.
Right? I love
Yeah.
this. I think it's nice.
Oh, I love it. That's really
Very,
cool.
very good job. Super fun to look at. And fun to look at, easy to read. This is, yeah, another one. Interesting color choice. Like the pink and yellow is kind of interesting. Here's another one. Again, I don't have a name associated with this one, but I like that it's based in Denver, Colorado, where I live. And this cut, how it's offset right
Oh,
there,
yeah.
is really sharp. This is going to be really hard. So,
That's really, I like that.
ooh,
I like how they got so creative with their typography too. It's like all over, like different areas.
Oh, sorry. For Chelsea's, she just mentioned, thank you so much for chiming in. Said she had a couple different versions in here, so I did not notice that, but it's this one going through.
Ooh.
I like how it's
the
like you
peak.
create it and kind of like extend the brand. This color's pretty fun. It kind of vibrates,
Yeah,
but
it
since
does.
since we're dealing with like, if you're taking that literally like rubber, I feel like
Yeah.
it should vibrate. And look at you, fancy.
Great work, guys and ladies.
Yes, great job, Chelsea. And again, this one's fantastic. Don't know who made this one, but hey, chili peppers will be there, and so will Pearl Jam. Leon Magno. It's awesome. This is funny because they're like down at the bottom of this movie poster it says raising funds for
so
an Adobe
clever.
Creative Cloud subscription.
That is pretty.
All proceeds for the concert goes to his Creative Cloud subscription. So that's what he's trying to win.
Love it.
Thank you, Leon. Very clever, because that is
Very
the prize.
clever.
The one we pick.
That is super clever.
Oh, this is
Ooh.
fun. Probably did an extrude. Super easy to do. Just created the shapes, did an extrude. Totally works. And thank you, Amanda. So thank you so much for helping out, Tim. Yeah, you could
Oh, I like that.
you could work in any app and then just bring it into bring it into InDesign just to hit the publish online button. But yes, this is good color choice, wouldn't you say?
I really like that. Yes,
yeah, and not just because it
absolutely.
matches your shirt. But it just works all around. This teal, the warm with the cool.
Yeah. And just the movement. Beautiful.
And look at all the work they, again, this is probably a font, but
But it works for it. Yeah, it works.
into it. Into it. All right.
Ooh.
Is this
Lightning
Lori? Is that
bolt.
what I say here? How's he say? Laure. Marseille. Rubber bands. With some rubber duckies in there, because why not? Here's the full poster.
I kind of want to know
Fantastic.
what the story behind what the rubber duckies are.
I just love that it seems kind of random, and that's exactly where a rubber ducky goes. In a very random place.
Let's put Mr. Rubber Ducky here.
Christian? In
Ooh.
Oh.
That's kind of fun.
looks like this one's going to be held at Parc Jean Drapeau. I don't know how to say
Drapeau?
that, but it's in where is it? Montreal, right? Where you two are from, yes. So our next guests are from Montreal. I'm correct, aren't I? Montreal. Yes, perfect. Love that city. So Christian might be from there as well. Super fun poster. You're gonna have fun reviewing these posters.
I am. Ooh, I love that.
Yes, you're killing me.
You know what it looks like they did? Because I did that one time. I did do like a punk cookbook. And you can scan an image, and as it's scanning, you can
you
actually pull
move
it,
it?
and it'll give you that really nice movement.
That sounds like something like Tina Tooley will do.
Yes.
She
Oh, absolutely. She's
does
so
all that.
brilliant.
Physical stuff. Here's another one. Jazz Festival. Rubber bands.
Ooh.
Work it. A lot of blend tool from Illustrator there. Yes, a very max headroom feel. Arturo, you're correct. And this should be our last one that got in just within the deadline.
That's pretty cool. Double meaning with the rock on and the bands and the...
Yeah, that's the idea of this one. Pretty good.
Yeah. That's
Is everybody
really
liking
tough.
this? You guys like this one too? Went through them all. If you submitted yours, maybe it's just past the deadline. We'll review it within the next segment. And thank you so much. All right. Paul Weaver, good to have you. Let's dive into this. Tima Jernej. You Are Too Kind also mentions that they have a typo.
Oh.
I just think that's like, it's very sweet of you to, you know, recognize that. I don't know if we would have caught it, but that's the honesty there is appreciated.
Yeah, that's really honest. It happens.
So
You embrace it.
you want to talk through kind of what you're
Yeah,
doing?
so
These narrowed down?
what I ended up doing is that I can't really show the images of the military insignia, but if you guys kind of do some Google, you'll be able to see like even throughout the different branches and even across the world, like you do see a lot of sharp lines within what their insignias are. So I wanted to carry that across, like I was mentioning with what you guys saw with my beautiful, not so beautiful really, sketches. But I brought that in there. I wanted to add some dimension to them and kind of carrying that across using the idea of the Purple Heart for food-driven icon mark here. And so I'm thinking, since I do have these lines here, how it would look. Actually, I'm gonna do this. How it would look if I made this little heart guy here. Continue that perspective of this guy. Let's see if it's here.
Are you going to split the color there too? Or?
Yeah, I'm just seeing how it would look. I don't know if it'd be too much. But I kind of want to see how that looks and maybe see what people think it might be too much.
Yeah, it's.
It looks funky.
You know, it's some. That's kind of my. Do you ever find yourself like, you know, you're working on something? I think I heard that. And then you add to it, like you keep adding to it, and then you start like subtracting after a while too.
Yes.
Like but you have to go through that whole process.
Yes. And that's why it's good to kind of keep, like we were showing earlier, like all the earlier sketches and components, because you can always go back and implement that. So like for here, because I have these little top parts of the apple per se, this may not really work so well, because if I try to split it, it's gonna look really weird. So it's worth trying things and seeing how it works. I don't know if I like it with the purple. I don't want to go too.
We have about 10 minutes, and I have
Excellent.
10 posters to get these narrowed down to 1.
Let's look at those
You ready
posters.
to do this?
Yes.
You ready to do this
Let's
dance?
narrow them down.
All right, everyone. Could always use your help. Again, appreciate everybody who's submitted. We'll kind of start at the top here. Kind of click through these. Our top 10 rubber bands. Fantastic.
I love those colors.
Another.
Oh, I love that one. Just because of the way that there's like so much depth in the dimension, and it just really does feel like you're stretching with color.
Yeah, I will say this gets kind of tough to read down here is my
Yes.
only thought. But great work. This one, of course,
one a lot.
super strong. Yeah.
And it works beautifully in black and white too.
Yeah. Oh, and they did that too. This one.
I like
It's
that
fun.
one.
We have this one, and kind of we'll get this down to our like top 5, and then down to our from there. So that's fun.
I like that.
This one's fun.
Yeah.
I tend to gravitate toward the ones that I know that they did custom, like today.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
There's just
And the way they did this is fun
their
with
typography is just like
yeah.
it's just movement, and that B that's kind of being pinched by the rubber band. Very clever. I love that one too.
Good font, good choice of color. Cool warping effect,
Yeah.
like you mentioned. And then our last one is, of course, this
really
one,
cool.
which is just a
I
riot.
love that.
It's a riot. Yes. All right. So, which are your kind of like top?
So
I don't know. It doesn't even have to be top 5, but your kind of
let's
your
narrow
current
them.
favorites.
Let's see.
Again, I can start pulling these out, but we kind of get.
I like that there's just that concept of that one, and it works so beautifully with black and white.
This one I like, but I think the whole design could be executed better.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's kind
The
of almost
focus is
two
on the
different
hand.
sizes. Could this even be breaking the border
Yeah.
out of that, making it a little more unique? So this one's fun, but compared to the other ones, this is really tough. This is like just kind of slapped in there, the upper left, and I think for a poster we could have they
Had
attack it
more.
and made it more a little more unique. This is cool.
I like that one.
This one's cool.
I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. That one's really good
That
too.
one's good. This one's okay. I think compared to the other ones, like this could almost be anything.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
Because there's more focus on the image being worked.
Yeah. So yeah, we got it down
like
to
that.
top 6.
I think I kind of know. I'm kind of.
You kind of know which one you
Yeah.
like. If you have a favorite, you as our guest get to pick.
Guys, these
get
are
it down
all
to your
great.
your top 2.
Let's narrow it
And
down.
then let's ask the audience.
Okay, let's see.
It could be any 2.
I'm gonna keep that one. Ooh, those two are kind of. I don't know. I kind of like how those two are. Conceptually, they're different. Oh, that one. I think that one.
Yeah, but let me see. Like, I think this one's more fun than.
That one is.
Yeah, this is a
more-
little more straightforward. And although I love the fun colors, I think this one's stronger. A shout out to this one. I think if there was more care taken into the overall layout, it almost could win on concept alone right there, based on that.
Yeah.
So, like, hats off to you,
Great work, guys.
because you are freaking clever.
Great work.
Let's pull out these. These are our top. Let me just check this one. Which one between these 2?
I love the colors and the idea of it, but I do think that it does need to be pushed a little more as far as, and some of the yellow on the white is harder to read. So I feel like if it just would have been pushed a little bit more as far as the color.
You kind of hate to be like so.
It's hard.
critical,
It's
but
really hard.
yeah. At this stage in the game, when the competition is this steep, we have these 3.
Yeah.
So with these 3 fantastic ones, let us
Great
know,
work, guys.
everyone
guys
in
think?
chat. Oh, there was also this one down here.
Oh yeah.
Which one do you like between like these 2? This one and then this colorful one. You know what? This is what I'm going to go ahead and make a decision, because I think if they would have just added a couple little waves in here, that would have like
They would've
pushed
added
it
more
over
of the
the
rubber
edge.
bands.
But right now it just says it.
Brands.
You know, it's a cool design, but the others are more related to this whole
To the
idea.
actual movement of the rubber band.
So top 3, left,
Really nice.
middle, right.
Let's see.
Send us your vote.
We want to see.
Yes.
Want to
Send
know.
us your vote. And Nicte will decide whether she wants to listen to you or not. I make you sound so mean.
I know. I
Yeah,
promise I'm not mean,
maybe.
guys.
So we have right, left, right, left, left, right. I sound like I'm learning a dance. Left, right, left. Not a lot in the middle. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm removing the one in the middle then.
Dun, dun, dun.
Executive decision there. We're down to these 2.
I like Felipe's right with all of these emphasis. I think I know which one.
Which one do you tell?
You know, they're both fantastic, but I just feel like there's something so clever about the layout and the use of the typography and the movement from the right one.
Oh, so
This is my right.
you like this right one?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I love the colors on the other one, but I just feel like there's just something so unique about and it being a band.
It's almost a draw, but it's so good. But
I really feel like both of them are wonderful work.
All right, Nicte. I think this one has your vote, has my vote, has most people's votes in the live stream. So we're giving it to you. Congratulations. Sorry we don't have a name associated to this one, but join us Saturday, August 12th in Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. They have all the details correct.
I know.
Right?
Isn't that
That's so good.
Clever. I think it's Junior Kuroto.
Yeah, let us know if this is your
I think Jen
design.
was saying
Oh,
Junior
Junior.
Kuroto.
Oh, thank you.
Good job.
We'll see you there. We'll rock out. Rock and roll.
Good job.
Rock and roll. Congratulations, Junior. How do you say that last name?
Junior Kuriotio. Curioto.
Curioto?
Curioto,
Junior
I think.
Curioto.
Could be
Congratulations,
it.
my friend.
Thank
you to
Great
everyone
job.
who submitted. That was
Great
tough.
job. Yeah, it was a tough draw between. I think it was just that
Yeah.
clever, just like
Yeah.
and the B, how it was taking really great work, guys.
Yeah,
You
but
guys are so super creative.
everybody's killing me.
I know.
So good. Well,
It's fantastic
thank
work.
you so much. Kind of
thank you
winding.
guys
We're winding
for-
down.
For being here with me. It's the day 2.
Oh yeah, day 2. Great poster.
Day
You're
2.
right. I can show it again.
Yeah.
This is
beautiful
Junior's, but this is Nicte as well, right here. Congratulations. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for showing us Adobe Spark page, Adobe Spark post. It's like the superpowers as a designer, because it's, or like the, shortcuts to working, essentially, kind of, is kind of how it makes me feel like it shouldn't have been so easy to manipulate type the way you did.
And
but
it helps you
was.
focus more on actually being creative and the actual creation of things.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you so much. Did you have a good time?
fantastic.
Will you join us tomorrow, or do we have to lock the door again? Do we have to lock you in? We will lock you in.
I will be here tomorrow.
Yes. She'll be back. We have a full day ahead of us, which is super fantastic. Clear till 5 p.m. Pacific time. And we're going to have more giveaways. Today we're giving away a design pillow, doing contests, and have some things going on Friday as well. Noon we'll have an XD. Imagine if you wanted maybe a similar colored pillow that says XD on it. I don't know. Maybe that'll be given away. Again, graphic design all this week.
Woohoo.
I'm kind of delaying because we still have a
few minutes.
couple of minutes.
See, this didn't happen yesterday. We were kind of like pressing for time. But Hector says you'll be back tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Hector.
And I think, what is the plan tomorrow? Can you give us a little preview?
So I kind of want to try and see if we can push this brand that we were talking about, make it more fun. I've already shown you guys what Adobe Spark and Page can do, so I'm trying to think of how we can make it clever, keep it more creative, because I know that's what you guys want to see. I've given you guys a preview, so I might try and switch things up a little bit.
And then I think just kind of even taking a look at video as well.
Yes, maybe doing a video from what we create.
Yeah, not only can you export out an animation or essentially video from Spark Post, but you can actually work on video assets.
Yes, they do have a video component which you can bring in.
Which reminds me, just so everybody knows, next week is all motion design. So we're not going to go crazy, but this is like video for graphic designers.
Oh, I think Chad says, I live in Wichita. Great to see a designer that had lived in Wichita. Hey, Chad.
Did you live in Wichita?
Yeah, we were, my husband was stationed there. We lived there for a bit.
Nice.
I was not fond of the snow. Sorry, guys. I like the warmth.
It's all right.
Stay in the South.
You don't like our snow? All right, well.
No, I like it for visiting purposes,
I wasn't
but
saying
not
that to you.
living.
I just started thinking about, because it snows in Colorado. I'm like, oh, you don't like the snow in Colorado? Okay, well, we pretty much provide a lot of water to other states. Guess what? That Colorado River just doesn't appear out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, no.
It does actually in the mountains, but thanks to that snow is why it's beautiful in California. So you're welcome. I'm just kidding. I went on a rant.
I was meaning Wichita snow because all the winds and the wind chill, it's pretty tough.
Well, thanks so much, everybody.
Thank
We're going
you,
to wrap
guys.
up. Veronique Emil is up next. I'll let them pronounce their last names. And with Christine, we see you right there. Oh, we'll see you soon. This is super fun with them. Stick around.